Joining us in the studio this morning, Chad Wheeler, Carpenter's Church, also Jocelyn Weeb. How are you?
Doing great. How are you?
Thanks, guys, for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Now, okay, I don't want to politicize this, but it's a very sensitive issue because a lot of people have definite feelings on how they feel people should be assisted. That don't have what we consider to be basic living conditions. Mm-hmm. Like you said before, more than once, you told me that it's easier to get up to go to work when you wake up from a bed than off a slab of concrete. Mm-hmm. Okay. That being said, tell us what Carpenter's Church does.
Well, Carpenter's Church has been working with people who are homeless for about the last 18 years. And we provide a community center where people come, connect with resources, connect with supportive services. And most recently, we have been doing a Housing First program. It's been in operation since 2012. And we've been dreaming about expanding that program, and that's kind of what we're here today to talk about.
Okay, so the Housing First thing is a situation where you're not just giving a handout, but you're trying to, front somebody a little equity and kind of give them a leg up and a boost. But joining us on the phone right now is Laura Mack. She's calling us from the West Coast. Hey, welcome to the program, Laura. Thanks for ringing us up.
Hey.
Hello. Hello.
Hey.
Hey. Come on, wake up and smell the coffee, girl. You're on.
Oh, okay. Hi. Listen, I just wanted to call in and say.
Now hold on a minute. Hold on, because we haven't made the announcement yet.
Oh, you haven't?
No, we're in the process. Okay, you almost ruined the whole thing. Hold on just a second here. All right, so how does this leg up work, Chad?
Yeah, so Housing First basically works on the concept that says if you give people housing and support, they're going to have the stability and support in place that helps them meet goals that they want to meet. So if a person's trying to get a job, having a place to stay, that stability with housing is going to be monumental, help them get that and reach that goal. If you want someone to address mental illness or physical disability or unemployment, having stability through housing is essential to getting up and meeting those goals. So we want to provide housing first, especially to the most vulnerable people in our community. That's one thing about homelessness. When people talk about how do we address it, whatever, one of the main points that we try to communicate to people is that nobody's story is exactly the same. I mean, there's a variety of issues when we talk about homeless, and there's a subset of people within homelessness known as chronically homeless people who have a different set of obstacles from a lot of other people who may be able to, like people say, just get up and get a job. But for chronically homeless people, often they have complex issues and have multiple issues that they're facing that make it difficult to find housing and to get jobs and those kinds of things. So with stability and support, that can provide the help that everybody really needs to get up and meet those goals.
Right. Now, as I was saying a minute ago, this is kind of one of those very sensitive issues. Everybody's got an opinion on it, but nobody really has an answer, a finite answer on how to address and how to solve the problem. Mm-hmm. So the thing is you guys have your ways and your methods, and, which it's a really good idea, and it's a very good model, because I haven't seen anything that's better at holding people accountable.
Yeah. Well, actually, Housing First is a nationally recognized best practice in addressing chronic homelessness. And, I mean, we didn't come up with it. It's been going on across the nation. Houston just announced in June that they ended veteran homelessness in the city of Houston using Housing First. And another city and state that's got a lot of press for Housing First is Utah, which they've eliminated chronic homelessness, I think, over 90% in the state in the last decade using the Housing First model. So it is very successful and actually very cost effective. It's cheaper to provide Housing First than it is to leave someone in an alley, because their access to emergency services when they're living on the streets is incredibly expensive, and being in stable housing with supportive services reduces all of their access to those things, which is actually cost savings.
Well, the thing is, if somebody has a problem and they need medical care, they're taking a ride in the bus. You know, and every time that happens, that's like how many thousands of dollars. Okay, let's get to the big announcement. Let's go to Jocelyn Weeb. You know, appreciate you guys making the announcement right here.
Not checking any.
Anyway, tell us about what's happening with Carpenter's Housing First.
Well, like Chad mentioned, we have had a pilot program of Housing First since 2012, where we've had 2 men who've been living in housing that we provided at Carpenter's Church, and they are doing extremely well. And we have had a dream for a long time of expanding this program. And thanks to the very generous donation of the J.T. and Margaret Talkington Charitable Foundation, we are able to announce that they have given us a grant of $976,000 to expand our Housing First program by building 5 new duplexes, so 10 total new units, 1-bedroom, 1-bath units, to help put people in housing and also to provide program support for a year. So one of the things that's so important about Housing First is we're not just putting people in housing, but we're providing the really critical supportive services so people can be successful in their housing. And so through their generous donation, the Talkington Foundation is making it possible for us to not only build the units, but also to provide the services for at least a year.
Wow, $976,000, close enough. We're just going to call it $1 million. Okay.
Yeah, it is a remarkable gift. It's a landmark gift for Carpenter's Church, by far the largest donation we've ever received, and we are thrilled about the possibilities that this grant provides for us and for our services.
Well, Talkington Foundation is pretty generous, and it's just amazing. The people that manage that foundation, man, they know how to make the money work, because it just, I mean, you know, I know foundations one day are supposed to run out of money, but I think it's going to be a while. Anyway, go ahead, Laura, you're on.
Oh, I just wanted to say a big thank you to Chad and Jocelyn and the rest of the staff for their hard work in preparing for this grant and going to Talkington and just everything that they do. They work so hard at Carpenter's Church. And so on behalf of the board of directors, just want to say a great big thank you to you guys.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, Laura.
Hey, it is a big deal. And we'll see what happens. Like I said, a lot of people do have their opinion on how things should work, and you guys are finding a way and trying to make it work. So I applaud you guys for that. Appreciate you guys being here. You know, congrats on the grant. I mean, that's a huge announcement. Totally huge.
Thank you. We are really excited, and we're looking forward to partnering with the foundation and with other partners within the community to help expand this program.
All right. Thanks for coming in this morning. Thanks for sharing with us.
Thank you.